Hello and welcome to Knock on Wood on WLHU, the station where we talk about student life, campus culture, and the technology shaping the way we live. Today, we're going to be looking at a question that has probably crossed the mind of almost every college student recently, and that's how much is artificial intelligence changing the way that we do school? Now, I'm not just talking about this in the futuristic, robots taking over the world kind of way. I mean like the real everyday college version. Now, first, I talked to my friend Dylan, who recently, just this summer, graduated from Commonwealth University here at Lock Haven. He's a business major, and during these course of questions, during this interview, I wanted to sort of see how AI fit into their normal school routine, and I think the part here that stood out to me, hearing these descriptions, not just from him, but from my other two friends and interviewees, was that they described AI as something that didn't completely replace their work, which I think is what's in a lot of people's heads. And instead, they described it as more of a study partner that could be available to them at any time and really get the ball rolling and moving on anything that they were doing. So how often do you use AI tools like ChatGPT for schoolwork or studying?
When I was taking classes, I would use it probably every day to help with schoolwork and to study.
Okay, and what is the most helpful way that AI changed your schooling routine when you were doing schoolwork or studying?
It just made it easier to basically just rework some things or find information.
Now, do you think that AI makes college less stressful, or do you think it creates a whole new pressure in a way?
From my experience, it made it a lot easier and way less stressful. So comparatively to my freshman year when AI wasn't really a thing, some of the classes were just not freshman year, but like freshman into sophomore. Some classes were just a lot harder to deal with. And then junior, senior year, it was just a lot easier with AI to kind of make classes a lot easier.
Okay. What I really find interesting about that answer is how normal AI has already become. A few years ago, asking a computer to help explain homework might have sounded strange, but now for a lot of students, it feels as common as searching Google or going into YouTube and watching an explanation of it. But that, to me, also raises an important question. If AI helps you understand something, that seems useful. But if AI does too much of the thinking for you, where is the line? Where does the line get drawn? The second student I spoke to was my friend Josh. He lives in Iowa, and he just graduated with his bachelor's last summer. And his sort of took more of the tone of stress, or really the assignments, and what's helping him balance the life that he lives with school and doing the work. So when a tool promises to save time, it is easy to understand why students like Josh and I and you and most college students are interested in these things.
I would view it as so my main uses were for writing essays or kind of like long worded answers and stuff, or kind of like assignments like that. So if I had a kind of idea of what I wanted to do but wasn't sure, or if I was kind of like thinking of leaning a certain way for how I wanted to write an essay, I would use ChatGPT or whatever to kind of like give me some extra ideas or anything that I might not have thought of or something like that. And then I would look through that and use it to kind of like, if I had a few ideas, I'd use to help narrow down, or if I was, kind of was not exactly sure on what I wanted to do, I would use it to kind of guide me in a direction that I could then go research myself.
I think his answer shows one of the biggest reasons why AI is so popular. It can make school feel more manageable. When you're staring at a blank document at midnight, even getting a starting point can feel like a huge relief. But at the same time, that convenience can become a problem. If students start relying on AI every time school gets difficult, they might miss out on building the skills that are required from the assignment and what the assignment is supposed to teach. AI can reduce stress, but it can also make it easier to avoid the struggle that sometimes leads to real learning. The third interview with my friend Donovan, who lives in Florida, he did a really good job on the last few questions on academic integrity and sort of what professors are looking for, what professors are going to be looking for dealing with, and the same thing with the students. Most students know that copying and pasting an entire AI answer is not the same as doing your own work, but the smaller situations are not always clear. Is it okay to ask AI for topic ideas? What about an outline or rewriting a paragraph to make it sound better? Different professors might have different rules, and that can make things very confusing and challenging. The final question here would be, what do you think college is going to look like in a few years if AI keeps becoming more common and keeps getting better?
I think it's crazy. I think it might become more challenging when it comes to future generations and AI becomes more common because you don't know what truly will be like what's real and what's AI. It's more like authenticity, I believe would be the word to say.
This is
like when I think about it, I think the issue in my mind when it comes to AI is the art part. Like I know a lot of people that has done like photography and done some sort of art major, and obviously they're really upset about AI because you can create AI pictures. So it's now it becomes a bit challenging because it feels like they might potentially take over what they're trying to work on.
I think his response gets to the heart of the issue. AI is not just a technology problem, it's a communication problem. Students need clear expectations, and professors need to explain and understand how students are actually using these tools. When rules are vague, students may make their own guesses. To close here, AI has become one of the biggest digital changes in college life today. It can help students study, organize ideas, reduce stress, but it also creates new questions about honesty and effort and independence. The students I spoke with, that this issue is not black and white. AI can be helpful, but it needs boundaries. It can support learning, but it should not replace it. So the next time a student opens an AI tool before an assignment, the real question may not be, is this allowed? The better question might be, is this helping me learn, or is it doing the learning for me? This has been Ada Wood here at Knock on Wood on WLHU. Thank you very much for listening.